At dahil wala pong provision tungkol doon sa majority of all its members to elect the Senate President, yung pagka-elect ni Senator Cuenco ay tama, sabi ng Supreme Court. Kasi yun ang nakalagay sa saligang batas, yung interpretation under the 1935 Constitution. Pero under the 1987 Constitution, maliwanag na majority of all the members of the Senate. So 13 votes ang kinakailangan yan. At ito ngayon, paano yan? Tama ba yung ginawa ng Senado na nag-convince sila at gumawa ng kanilang mga business doon sa Senate? I don't think so, kasi even in the determination of quorum, which says that the Senate by a majority of the members thereof, hindi rin sinabi na all its members, majority of the members thereof, can constitute a quorum. Ibig sabihin, ilan ba yung members ng Senate na nasa Pilipinas? Ang nasa Pilipinas, I think there are still 24. Kahit na yung isa hindi mo mahagilap at yung isa ay nakadetain, still they are members of the Senate. Wala namang information na nagsasabing si Senator Bato de la Rosa is already out of the country. Kasi pag out of the country na yung isang senador, he is beyond the jurisdiction of the Senate. He can no longer be compelled to attend the session. Nakalagay din sa Constitution kasi that compulsory process may be effected by the Senate in order to compel the attendance of the members.
So, sabi ng Korte Suprema, in this case, kinilala nila yung election ni Cuenco as an acting Senate President because of several reasons. Number one, kahit 12 lang daw sila, continuation yun nung unang session nila, which is actually 22. Yun namang mga lumabas within reach, pwede naman silang kuwain. So that 12 would be sufficient. Number two, sabi din ng Korte Suprema dito, kapag ka naman kasi may quorum, mag-e-election, obviously ang mananalo din naman talaga si Cuenco So alam mo, na-recognize ng court na kung mag-e-election siya, di naman talaga yung panalo Pangatlo, kinilala na siya ng Presidente ng Pilipinas bilang acting Senate President. So to promote stability, so nagdesisyon na yung korte na kinilala yun. Now, yung bang kaso na yan ay pwedeng gamitin at all times? As I said, because of certain exceptional circumstances lang yan. And as proof, from that time hanggang ngayon, hindi naman violate ng senador yung requirement na 13 pa rin ang quorum at 13 pa rin ang kailangan bilang para mag-elect ng Senate President. Now, assuming for the sake of argument na etong Avellino versus Cuenco ay hindi, hindi po applicable sa ginawa ng Senado kanina. So, pwede na ba si Cayetano na mag-barge in sa Senate? I-insist niya na siya na ang Senate President. Unfortunately for him, meron po tayong tinatawag na principle po, yung doctrine of presumption of regularity. At ang sabi ng Supreme Court, that presumption of regularity concerning public officials also extends to the Senate. So, dahil po kanina nag-session sila, nag-elect sila ng acting Senate President, ang presumption regular yan. And that presumption can only be overcome kasi nga rebuttable na naman yan by filing a case in court. So yun lang. Kinakailangan gawin talaga ni Cayetano right now to file the necessary case in court sa Supreme Court para with finality, malaman na natin kung paano re-resolvehin ito. So again so walang magagawa talaga si Cayetano na outmaneuver siya talaga, but he can actually still go to court. Now ano magiging ruling ng Supreme Court? I really wouldn't know. The Supreme Court could possibly say these are also exceptional circumstances, or the Supreme Court would say na wag na lang natin itong pakialaman. But interestingly, yung kaso kasi ng Avellino under the 1935 Constitution yan Under the 1987 Constitution, may expanded jurisdiction na yung Supreme Court. Ano ibig sabihin yan? Yung mga internal rules ng Senate, kapag naapektuhan yan yung mga certain constitutional provisions such as this case, hindi na siya political question. The court can always take cognizance. So yun lang po, hindi ko lang kung malino yung paliwanag ko kasi wala naman itong editing